live. How y'all doing tonight?
Hello, it is time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Is that the one? Hold on. That might be it. It might be my intro, not my outro. No, that was my outro. All right, folks, let's experiment to see which one I need to fix. Good evening, faithful. How are y'all doing?
What's up?
And I don't know if that was enough for me to find out, but we're gonna find out.
It worked.
But just an experiment to see. You know, I'm not gonna play the full outro because apparently the owners now are asking for money for that song. That sucks. Anyway, the 49ers schedule's out. What are we all thinking about that, huh?
First, boo the Eagles schedule because the Niners schedule was the best one.
And I have absolutely no problem with it. You know, it's like, there we go. Should be live right here. Cool.
Each and every game you guys have, it's a loss.
But no, that's what happens, Sponge.
If anyone goes 0-16, it's going to be Philly or the Giants.
Yeah, Sentinel, I think I sent you the link if you want to come. We're just discussing the schedule tonight. We're not doing trivia.
Yep.
Nah, if anybody goes 0-16, it's going to be the Panthers.
Sorry, 0-17 now. My bad.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Eagle fans, you guys are always so funny.
Hey, Spongy, can I ask you a question? Why are you guys in Brazil with the Packers if neither of you are allowed to wear green?
The NFL. I don't think the NFL knew that before they scheduled it. What?
Well, the Eagles have a alternate that I think is black.
No, it's green. Oh well.
Or whatever. Hey, I'm not an Eagles fan, so I don't know your jersey colors.
No, I just it's funny. Like between the two teams, right? They have 3 different possible green jerseys, and none of them are allowed to wear green. It's weird.
It's because it's a stupid thing where so we're playing at a soccer stadium, and their rivals. You're not allowed to wear the color green in that stadium because their rivals wear the color green.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Well, that's supposedly what the whole thing is, debacle.
So are you gonna make a new black jersey with no green around the numbers? Because that's the only way I could see it happening. The Packers wear their blue and yellow Acme throwbacks, so they get out of the green, and then you guys wear some newfangled whatever.
We have a black jersey already. I believe,
but it has green on it. Is my point.
All right, so the schedule, though.
Well, this is about the schedule. This is about week 1. They play on Friday night for the first time in Brazil. So, and I heard that from my brother, who's a Packer fan. I'm like, what the frig? Then why pick 2 teams with green in them?
No, the NFL didn't know about that before. So I don't know.
Well, in Brazil, that's a long flight.
Well, we have an extra day off. I guess that's gonna. Okay, it has some green, but it has it's not the main color green. It's not it's not like the Kelly green. It's not that bright of a color.
No, I know
It's
that,
darker
but
green.
I
So
thought
don't
that
know
was a
if
little
they
weird.
allow us to wear it. I don't know. Carcast is backstage, I think.
Yeah, we got the dodos are trash. This is what
Nope, the dodos are not.
Yes. It is true.
Well, actually,
they're actually extinct, so that might
the
say a
dodos
lot.
don't
You know.
exist.
I know, and apparently, I was told by a Giants fan that Philly fans don't live in Philly; they live like
Oh my
outside.
goodness, I am slacking. Here I am looking at the schedule. We got people go rolling in.
You got Giant fans in New York, New Jersey,
What's up?
Philly
What's
fans
up,
in
man?
South Jersey.
What's good, Sentinel?
What's
Hey,
good?
Central.
And we
Hey,
got
Scrappy, zip
okay.
it.
Dang, we got it. Hey guys. All right,
It's
we're gonna
happening.
go over the schedule.
We're having fun.
We got week 1 preseason. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Tennessee Titans. Week 2 preseason. Doesn't matter. New Orleans Saints. Week 3 again against the Vegas Raiders. But week
Don't count.
1, Monday, the New York Jets.
Lost.
When?
Aaron Rodgers.
When?
Aaron Rodgers coming. Go.
Robert Saleh.
Honestly, because of Kyle's record against, his disciples or the people that credit him for, being part of their career or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good against them. And I just don't see Robert Saleh winning this game. I look at this like that's a W. How do you feel there? Okay, Spongy, you're next to me. You're an Eagles fan, so I can't ask you. I know you're gonna. So, John Jay, how do you feel about that?
Week 1s are always that matchup. You don't know what's going to happen. But Aaron Rodgers has not played football in almost 2 years. He had a serious injury.
Wait a minute.
He had a serious injury. And so I don't know how well he's going to be back on his first game in almost 2 years. So I'm going to be biased, and I think the Niners are the better team, and I think we got the W.
And because he's immobile, I would say that it's going to be easy pickings. And since Aaron is 0-4 against us in the playoffs, he's probably got Niner
here's the thing.
post-traumatic syndrome.
That's true. That is true.
Record.
And I mean, he did. I think he beat us a couple times in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's on.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk.
No, we're not talking about him. We're not talking about him.
No, you were talking about when he finally beat us during the regular season. That was because of Kyle Juszczyk. But
Aaron Rodgers has a 6-3 record against the 49ers in his career.
Make that 7-3.
Is that like a regular season and playoffs, or is that?
He's never beaten the Niners in the playoffs.
There you go.
Never beaten the Niners in the playoffs.
His record is gonna be 7-3 after that game. Okay. Let's face it.
Okay, can I please explain to Spongy why this is never ever going to work in his favor?
Yeah, because there's about 10 different Niner fans in here.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Aaron Rodgers versus the Niners. Okay. First, Aaron Rodgers got hurt within 4 plays and 75 seconds at MetLife, which is also why they're not starting at MetLife, because they're afraid he's going to tear his leg up again at that turf.
You know who hurt him? Leonard Floyd.
Yep.
Two. There's never been a Shanahan versus Saleh matchup before, so this is also going to work in Shanahan's favor. And 3, this is the first Niners home opener since 2020. They're going to take this seriously, and they're going to come out hungry. And number 4, Aaron Rodgers nearly had a meltdown on live television last year on Max when they were doing Hard Knocks because his offensive line couldn't protect him. He does not work in the offseason, and he has a bunch of new linemen again, and he's coming off injury. And a couple of years ago, when they started off the year against the Saints, when he was still with the Packers, he completely had no chemistry with anybody. This is like a no-win situation for the Jets.
Can I add to that? Our defensive backs are better than our defensive the front
Their
four.
defense is hella
So
good,
if
bro.
you
I'm
clamp
kind of
down on his receivers, he's just going to get frustrated. Aaron's one of those quarterbacks who just gets frustrated really, really easily, and then he starts just
I don't blame him.
kind of giving up.
He's on the Jets.
Their defense
Yep.
is gonna keep them in this, bro. Trust me.
No, I'm not saying they're not gonna score points. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers has all these things piled up against him, and then it's his own shortcomings when things are 3-0 and the receivers are starting to drop passes and things aren't coming easy.
They don't got.
He gets really, really, really agitated and sloppy, and then he starts trying to protect the ball, and then he stops taking chances. So I'm not saying that they're not going to put up a fight. I'm not like calling a 40-0 blowout like the Cowboys Giants game to begin last year, but I'm saying it's gonna be a rough go for the Jets versus the Niners at Levi's on Monday Night Football.
Oh boy.
Yes. The Giants suck.
Hey, what was it?
Jets
What was
popping,
the
Jets
Jets?
popping. Terradome, what's good, buddy?
What up,
Hi,
Terradome?
Terradome.
Here
Dang, I forgot to. You know what? You're part of the Friday night group, and I think I sent the link there if you want to join. If you can't. Crazy Juice, what's up, buddy? One of these days I'm gonna have you on. I swear. It's all good. You know, it's like hey, we got Bebop on. You know, what's good, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
We got Bebop on.
Yo,
I DM'd him the link too, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it or not.
What
Everybody
was
else
the
is
Jets'
up in
run
the panel.
defense ranked in 2023?
But week two is an interesting one, guys. Okay. So hold on. First things first. Sentinel, what do you got week one? A win or a loss? Win?
Definitely a win.
All
But
right.
I need to know what the run, where the Jets' run defense was ranked from last season.
That's actually a really good question.
Not that high.
It's gonna be different because now they got Hassan Reddick and a few other different pieces.
Nah,
but
fuck Reddick.
Okay,
Dang. Okay, hold on, guys.
Dang,
One second.
slut. Carcass.
Wait a minute. One of the last times you guys faced Hassan Reddick, what
Okay,
happened?
Scrappy.
okay, all right. Let's try to keep it.
Nah,
I
screw
think
it.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, hey, we're talking schedule here.
Hey,
We're talking
Screw
schedule. We're not
Hassan
talking
Reddick.
about what
Screw
happened.
Hassan
We're
Reddick.
not.
like Korey said, this is a football stream. We're trying to have fun.
Mhm.
That's
I
right.
am talking football.
Screw Hassan Reddick. Fuck that fool.
Spongy, don't you kind of have your hands full with the Packers and Jordan Love? Week one,
Yeah, they do.
and Xavier McKinney is
be
coming
mad.
over from the Giants. Now he's going to try to prove himself versus Philly.
Saquon Barkley is coming over from the Giants.
And
And you never had any respect for Saquon Barkley,
Yes, I did.
Spongy.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, hold on. We're gonna move. We're gonna move on though. Well, Carcast. Well, Melissa, you got that?
Wait a minute,
Actually,
wait a minute.
I'm on John LaJoy. I'm getting
Hold
confused
on, wait a
here.
minute. Y'all thought I was
John
Say
LaJoy.
something real quick.
So win or loss against the Jets? We're not
Win.
even through game one. Let's focus.
Win.
Melissa.
Absolute dub.
Okay, Carcast.
W.
All right.
Well,
So week two, and this is an interesting story. Can anyone guess? And if you've watched streams I've been on, I've said it a couple times. But can anyone guess the last time we won at Minnesota?
Oh, I remember.
1991.
Yep.
1991.
You're so close. 1992.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's been a while since we went over there. I talked about it earlier.
We're due.
I know we're
Due, right? And
Now I do want to
honestly, beyond their two wide receivers, they're pretty much in rebuild mode. They let guys walk.
Didn't we beat them in the playoffs?
in
Minnesota,
2019
lost
we
to-
did.
not at Minnesota.
Oh, you're talking about at Minnesota. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, at Minnesota. We haven't won since 1992.
Long
Before
time.
you were born, Cargas.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's Corecast. What up, dude?
What's going on with you, man? How's it going?
I'm just wondering why are you like trolling Spongy right now a little bit?
Yeah, they got the Under the Helmet podcast stuff going on here right now.
Eli Harold.
But
Said your quarterback.
so it's more than likely
Hooray.
going to be Sam Darnold. That they drafted JJ McCarthy, but it's more than likely going to be Sam Darnold starting
Yeah,
week
because
2.
JJ sucks.
Justin Jefferson's crying.
Beg to difference, Spongy.
David?
Beg to differ?
Yes, Melissa.
Justin Jefferson's crying.
Isn't the bigger deal gonna be Aaron Jones versus Fred Warner without Drake Greenlaw there? Because now he's gonna be on a new team.
Devondre Campbell's season, baby.
And
Aaron Jones.
it's gonna be
Where's Aaron Jones at?
the Vikings. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I was saying it's Fred Warner versus Aaron Jones all by his lonesome because we really don't know who's gonna be playing linebacker with him week 2.
Yeah, we do.
Well, we know Campbell, the veteran's probably going to be the guy in there.
We drafted Tatum Bethune last pick.
I want him to play, but
Carcast,
it's most likely going to be like
DF.
DFF or D Winners or like Odom or like some weird thing where they don't want to play the rookie. But
Hold on. Are we forgetting about D Winters and Jalen Graham?
Not me.
Well, Kyle hasn't been.
So the red shirt is off of those two. So I
Mhm.
fully expect it to be D Winters or Jalen Graham. D Winters is probably the faster sideline to sideline guy.
Yep.
But that's what I expect. I expect last year's draft picks to start making an impact this year. Because we all know how Kyle is. Doesn't like to play rookies.
nope.
But
I'm just saying, we drafted one. So, maybe.
I got us breaking the streak and breaking that 32-year drought and winning this game.
I agree. They're a totally different team without Cousins.
100%. They're not. They don't have Cousins. They have Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Addison, and Sam Darnold. Actually, I believe he averages 2 turnovers a game or something when he's starting. So,
yep,
that's not going to bode well for them. And I'm sure our team's going to be mad going in there because of what happened last year. I'm sure there's going to be some anger going on.
Sam Darnold.
But John Jay, what you got here? W or L?
Yeah, like when your quarterback is Sam Darnold, he's nothing special.
Y'all were saying he was special last year.
Oh my god!
No, Kyle Shanahan said
that. Anyway, just to keep it simple, W.
Well, according to Eli Harold, no player in the NFL sucks. So if you say that, you're so
whatever. Whoop-de-doo, I don't care.
Yeah, because you're fucking. Well,
he wasn't.
I agree,
for some
Kenny.
time, okay.
So Sentinel says W.
He fucking hates the Eagles.
John LaJoy, what do you say?
Dub.
All right, Melissa.
L.
Do we break the drought in Minnesota?
If Charvarius Ward isn't trying to back down balls this time and trying to out youngster Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, then I think they have a chance. But
it wasn't even his fault. Okay.
I'm gonna say a W, but I'm not really I need to see it before I believe it. It's one of those things you keep saying on paper this should be an easy win, or at least pick a competitive win, where it's close to the end. But it's just something weird about the going to Minnesota that never really works out for the Niners.
Weird things happen in Minnesota. They do.
Midwest
Carcast,
teams.
what do you got here, buddy? You got a W or an L?
I got a W.
All right. And that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling we break this 32-year streak.
I'm feeling a good L.
So, yeah, we heard you, Spongy.
Spongy, I think you're going to say L for 17 games.
I'm feeling Jalen
He
hopes,
hopes, but we all know it's not going to happen. But week
Who's
3.
your center that's here?
Cam Jurgens.
I know Dom DeSandro won't make the trip for sure.
Oh my god. Why I think Dom has to be brought up again.
Dom should be a
Hey, let's not. All right, guys, come on. That was last year. That's a new year. Let's get over it. So week three, we got at Levi's Inglewood, the Rams.
Yes.
And
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm sure that most of you guys know how I feel about the Rams. But
oh yeah.
honestly, I'm looking at this like this might be a loss because they improved their offensive line. I think their defense is going to take a step back without Aaron Donald because all the defensive linemen around him benefit from him getting double and triple teamed. But I'm actually looking at this like they're going to squeak out a victory here. I'm looking at it like it's an L. John Jay, what do you think, buddy? Spongy, we already know you're going to say loss. You don't have to say it, buddy.
So yeah, like history, says, and I don't know who brought this up, but someone said that when we went 2-14, the 2 victories were against the Rams. So history,
Eli Harold.
history is in our favor that the Rams are basically a team that we, the majority of the time we win. But every divisional game is tough. They got those 2 guys from Florida State. It's a division game. It's a toss-up. But if I had to make a pick, I'm going to take the W for the Rams over the Rams.
Ooh.
For the Rams?
All right, Sentinel, what do you got here? You got against the Rams. What do you got? W or L?
Well, I tried. I'll explain why. The history part, yes. I mean, we did beat them in 2020. And we had super injuries. And now that we know how well Puka plays, we have to account for Cooper and Puka going off. So what does that mean? Maybe they run the ball against us, maybe they don't.
And Blake Corum. That's scary. And Karen Williams.
Yeah, but again, Stafford is getting older. We've got faster guys. I think we win. I just think we win this game. But I don't know. It's more of a gut feeling than an educated guess. Period.
I mean, last year where it was our backups versus their backups, or they actually kind of sprinkled in a lot of their starters and first stringers, but we still only lost by 1 point. John LaJoy, what do you got here? W or L?
Mine's own us.
It's going to be a win, but it's going to be a close win.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a hard-fought game because the Rams, they're sick of getting beat up by us, Melissa, what do you got?
I think they're going to split these games. I think we win there and we lose at home. I could either see this being like 28-24, where there's like a last-minute field goal or touchdown at the end that kind of separates the game, or like it's a complete blowout and then they come back hungry the second game. It's like always weird with the Rams. Like they have that first game that they're one way and then they're a different way the second game. So I could really see it being either way. Question is, how are the Niners going to be after going to Minnesota? Because usually there's like funkiness when the Niners come home after a turf game.
That's true.
No, you guys are always funky.
Carcass, what do you got here?
I got to win.
Sweet.
I just have something to say after this.
Like usual.
If you want to go to me.
New England.
Yeah, if not.
Spongy, what do you got?
Okay, I said it earlier, but think about this. Jimmy Garoppolo has a 2-game suspension, okay? This is the week 3, so think about it. Jimmy Garoppolo, starting quarterback over Matthew Stafford. I don't know, man. Jimmy Garoppolo versus the Niners?
Oh, Fred's gonna be smacking his lips
Oh
before the
my
game.
gosh.
Dude, you know
Not
our
gonna
defense
happen.
would eat him
That is one of the
alive,
most weirdest
right?
arguments I've ever. No.
Dude, Fred Warner's
Beat
gonna be
you in Las
Fred
Vegas,
Warner's gonna be
Spongy.
smacking his lips before the game.
Yeah, our defense would eat James alive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would
So at
love
that
to see
point,
that,
they go-
Spongy.
At that point, they go to the third string quarterback. Okay, so who's that?
Vincent Bennett?
Nobody knows
Preston
him.
Bennett.
I
Wait,
don't know who
isn't
that
wait?
guy.
Whoa!
Rehab facility.
Isn't Stenson Bennett still on medical leave from the NFL?
Yes, he is.
He
So-
was
so their third string
well.
quarterback, you know
The
what?
Rams actually did that and put him in rehab, and I mean, it's been. I don't think it hasn't been a calendar year yet. I don't know how long that lasts.
They got Dresser Wynn as their fourth stringer.
So Dresser Wynn is
yeah,
coming
either
in to play
way.
the Niners.
So here we are. We got the New England
Hell no.
Patriots in full-on rebuild mode
Well,
at San Francisco. Is this at San Francisco?
What, Levi?
Yes, this is at San Francisco.
Yes, it is.
Rookie QB and everything, folks.
Yeah.
I'm saying the W because this ain't the old the Tom Brady, New England Patriots, the cheaters. This ain't the cheaters. This is a new regime. So I'm
We
saying
beat
it's
them
a
in
W.
2020. We beat them in
Yeah,
2020 when they had Cam Newton also. So this is a W.
it's Cam Newton when he was like 35 years
I
old.
remember that national tight ends game. They benched Cam Newton because he was playing so awful.
Yeah, just like they.
All right,
they
John
benched
John
Brock Purdy
J.
in the
John J.
NFC
What do you got? There goes
Yes.
Carcass with his East Coast bias Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So Drake May, I wasn't a big fan of him in the draft. I scouted him. I watched him. The Patriots are in
Next
a
Sam
full
Darnold.
rebuild. In the full rebuild.
Oh
So-
my God, Spongy.
And so the Niners, it's a W. It's a W for me.
Nice. Sentinel, what do you got, buddy?
I got a win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those trap games.
If y'all lose to the Patriots, I'm gonna just laugh and laugh and laugh.
You would waste minutes laughing, minutes that you could be doing something constructive.
No,
Spongy-
I'd just be sitting here.
Spongy, didn't you lose to the Giants last year?
Yes.
Yes,
The New York
yes,
Football
it is.
Giants.
They did.
Rams last
Oh my gosh, you guys made Drew Lock look like the
You
second coming
you
of
lost
Montana.
to Tommy DeVito, wasn't it, or was it Tara Taylor? I can't remember. It's just so awful that you lost that game.
DeVito.
No,
Okay, Carcass is back.
Y'all lost to
Carcass,
Zach
Patriots,
fucking Wilson.
Patriots,
bro.
win or loss?
Zach Wilson.
It's at New. Yeah, but the Patriots at San Francisco, win or loss?
With three
Loss.
backup corners, your quarterback still managed to throw picks to each one of them.
Oh my God.
Carcass.
Win.
loss.
Okay. So week 5.
Fuck it.
Week 5. We have.
By the way, I think the Patriots game is going to be a win. I don't think the new head coach and the new quarterback and all the new pieces are going to be congealed a month in.
I thought they
Yeah,
still had
I
Tom
think
Brady.
they're a couple of years away from being a winning team. John
Boom.
Joy, what do you
Yes. Win.
got? Okay.
Loss.
Now I got everybody except Spongy because he's going to say loss.
Yeah.
So week 5.
Spongy is a
Week five.
homer.
We have Kyler, the mighty midget Murray, and the Red Chickens coming to town. And I mean, they have a lot of rookies. You know, some people are like, "Oh, they killed the draft. They're going to be a problem this next year."
Max
Folks,
Melton.
I got news for you.
Marvin Harrison.
All because you have a bunch of
Lockdown.
rookies on your team doesn't mean you're going to be good. It means you got a bunch of guys that need to learn how to play in the NFL. That's what it means. I look at them like that they could be a problem next year if most of their rookies pan out, and that's an F. But this one I got week 5. I got a W. All right, Spongy. I know you're going to say L. Should I even ask?
Loss.
Okay, we've got John J. What do you got, buddy?
Oh, what game are we on now?
We're on
Arizona.
game 5, the Red Chickens.
Cardinals.
I think
Heroes.
I think I'm probably going to be the only one to say this, but I think the Cardinals are going to be much better than most people think,
They
and
lost.
this game could be a divisional loss, but at the same time,
Hey.
how healthy is Kyler Murray? So this is another 50-50 game. So I'm just going to go and say W for right now.
Okay.
Like the
And
Commanders logo.
you know the red chickens are always pesky. No, what do you got, buddy?
I've got a more disrespectful name for the Cardinals, but I'm not going to say it on.
Damn it.
But John LaJoy, what do you got? W? Love?
Win.
got a loss.
No, Spongy. Zip it, please. That will be a win because I don't care how many rookies you got. If they ain't together as a one unit, they ain't going to do nothing.
Neither will the Niners.
Spongy.
Melissa, what do you
Wow,
got here?
I'm energetic tonight.
I'm gonna make Spongy happy here, and I hate it.
Yay.
I'm going to say a loss, and that's for a couple of reasons. Arizona always plays us hard. It's in their DNA, no matter who's there. They swept us in 2018 when their only 2 wins were against the Niners when they went 2-14. Spongy's former coordinator, who's their head coach now, seems to have like the biggest hard on for the Niners. I think it's gonna be harder for our team to take Kyler Murray down with his injury and now all these special rules of protecting quarterbacks and what might seem like a hip drop tackle and all the other stuff. And you can't hurt the little fragile miniature like quarterbacks. And there's always that weird thing with rivals. So I think they can win, but I just feel like this could be the loss. So there's always that weird one random rival game that you don't see coming, and I think this could be that game.
All right. Carcass, what do you got? Now, is that your ceiling we're looking at here?
Yes, that is.
It's okay.
I should know.
It's okay. At least things are looking up. But Carcass, what do you got here? Cardinals or 49ers?
He's got the chandelier.
Hi, Frank.
Fuck out of here, Spongy. I gotta win.
You know what? I gave you a loss, Spongy. Can't you just let someone else talk without interrupting?
Nah,
I
he's
did.
cool, bro. I'm messing around.
He's talking now.
Well, he's a Philly fan. It's in his DNA.
Fuck Jalen Hurts. Fuck Sirianni.
All right, Carcass, come on now. Win or loss? Cardinals versus Cardinals at San Francisco.
Win.
Lost.
Okay.
What do you? God, Spongy.
For one ring, never mind. I'm not going to get started.
I mean,
Right
All
guard
right.
for Spongy.
So week 6, we got a Thursday game, and I disdain Thursday games. I really think they shouldn't exist.
Don't
Except
we have
on
2 of
Christmas.
those this year?
something
Yeah.
like that.
I believe
Yes.
Lose
so.
both of them.
And this
We have
time
six-
we are
we have
at
6
Seattle.
primetime
We're
games.
at the Sea Chickens. I
So
got this
lost.
one a W because Geno Smith should have property of the 49ers tattooed on him somewhere.
Whoa. We're playing Seattle on Prime Video?
Yes.
They got Gino, and then they got that.
Yep.
Let's
They
go.
got Gino. They got
But
Gino,
they
and
have
then
a
they
new
got that-
coach
Think
too.
about it. Gino
Okay.
might not be the
So?
starting quarterback because they don't have
Yes,
James
he
Rodgers
is.
no more. It might be Sam Howell.
Nah,
Who?
it's
About
not.
it.
Nah, it's not.
Think
Gonna,
about no,
Okay,
wait a minute.
Whoa.
John Jay, what do you
it's
got?
not going to be
here, buddy?
Sam Howell. They have no trust in Gino, and he's been in the system too for a while, longer than
So
Howell.
this is going to be the first year, I think, since 2008 that Pete Carroll has not been on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And so their new coach was a defensive coordinator for the Ravens.
Yep.
for whatever the reason, I do not like Seattle. And for whatever the reason, even though like we may have good teams, like last year we beat them, so I was glad. And then the last 2 years we're 5-0. I don't want to say this because I do not like this team. This might be a divisional loss for me. I don't like them.
Yay!
So
Oh my god.
I'm going to
Hush.
put the loss.
Okay.
Woo!
Sentinel, what do you got here? Sea Chickens, Thursday night game at Seattle.
Lost.
I'll
When
bet you fit.
I say we just go in there and just demoralize them again.
And just lose.
I mean, we beat their asses on Thanksgiving. And just see, this is their time. It's our get back. Now we got our rust.
Do they still have Bobby Wagner?
that.
Or did he go to a different team?
No.
Bobby Wagner came back in the off season.
Oh,
No,
I
he's a
thought-
commander.
No, he's with
Yeah,
the
he's a
Washington
commander.
Commanders.
Yeah, I forgot he was.
Really?
Gomies.
Yeah.
That's a huge loss
Ah.
for them. That's a huge loss for them. And they lost Jamal
That
Adams.
guy's going to destroy the Eagles.
And they
All
lost
right.
Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. That sucks.
All right, John
Well, you
LaJoy,
know
what do you
he's
got
not
here,
Jamal
buddy?
Adams.
Win or loss?
Since I live in Washington, I like to harass everybody here in Seattle anyway because I'm a Niner fan. I
That's a
say
pause. That is
win, Spongy.
Wait a
Hey.
minute.
That-
They have a
right.
brand new head coach. Nobody knows each other that well up here.
Well, Mike
They got some
McDonald,
good
he's a
players.
good coach. Mike McDonald is a good coach.
All right, Melissa, what do you got here?
I have this actually as a win, Spongy. I already gave you your loss, so you got to chill for 2 seconds. I also want this to be a win because I just think it's karma. I mean, we spent almost like a decade being swept by the Seahawks.
Mhm.
And now we're finally winning against them again. And this is going to be on Prime Video. And if what happens is what I hope it happens, this is going to be like a game I watch like every day to go to sleep to. Because it's just like, I know Jay Greenlaw's never going to play in this game. I know it. I want it, but it's still George Kittle. Brock Purdy had some of his best games up there in Seattle. I can't help it. I love that this game is on Thursday Night Football. Like, it couldn't be a more perfect game for Thursday Night Football. So I'm really excited for this game. And this is going to be an absolute win. Spongy, I wouldn't want your Eagles to take out any of my Niner games. No offense.
All right, so Carcass, what do you got here, buddy? Sea Chickens or
You
49?
got the Sea Chickens.
Oh, I got the Niners.
Well, I heard a pan, so I think he's like about to cook some sea chicken stew or something.
Nah.
Oh, I thought he was going to use it to cook a Philadelphia Eagle.
Dude, I'll bet you $50, bro. DK's gonna start a fight with someone and get ejected. Watch.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
week
I
7,
so hope
right?
Diamador
Week
Lenore
Week
like
7, guys.
okay, that's the one thing I do want for this game. I want Diamador Lenore to hit DK Metcalf like he hit DeAndre Swift, and I just want him to like stare him down and be like,
Okay,
look at where
I
I
love
put
that
you,
part.
bitch.
Like being,
That was my
Especially
favorite
because
moment of the
DeAndre
entire
Lenore-
Eagles game last year.
okay, being real,
Especially because Diamador Lenore got ejected last time they played each other at Santa Clara when he was defending Fred Warner for starting shit, and it was Lenore that got kicked out. So I want Diamador Lenore just to lay out that little tiny prissy bitch in DK Metcalf.
But I that's not happening on a 6'4", 215 plus guy. That's just not happening. Like, just no. I don't think that's happening.
He ain't no DeAndre Swift.
That dude is massive, bro. You ain't.
I know how big he is. I just said that's what I would like.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
always
say it's a
momentum.
reality.
That's not what we're gonna get though.
All right. So
Massive.
week 7, Kansas City Chiefs
Lost.
at San Francisco. I'm actually picking this as a loss because it's kind of like I think
This is
Andy
all
Reid
over
and Patrick Mahomes got our number at this point. So I'm picking it as a loss. And Spongy, we know you're going to say loss. John Jay, what do you got, buddy?
Okay, so
Lost.
for many years, not just for the 49ers, the team, for whatever the reason that loses the Super Bowl, the following year they play the team that won the Super Bowl. The team beats the team that won the Super Bowl. So I'm going to pick the Niners to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. History tells us this for whatever the reason. Okay. So I got a massive upset. I got the Niners beating the Chiefs.
Wait, did we beat the Chiefs last year too?
Yes, Spongy.
Well, you guys cheated and you guys still lost. I saw that game.
Man, screw you, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You should have won that game for what it is. What?
Dang. So, Sentinel, what do you got here, buddy? Kansas City at San Francisco.
Win.
Kansas City.
Win.
MBS. Man.
Win. And I'm going to explain why. The 49ers have not beaten the Kansas City Chiefs since Shanahan has become the head. For us to mentally morale, to get over the hump, we need to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. If we don't beat the Kansas City Chiefs, what's the point? They're the top dog in the AFC. You've got to beat the man to be the man.
True.
I see a dub.
That's true. And I mean,
if it bleeds, we can kill it.
It's like last year. You know, a lot of teams that we played and beat, they were just they were never the same afterwards.
Did y'all hear what's happening with the Chiefs kicker?
And I hope that we're able to beat these guys so bad that they're never the same. But I honestly have it as a loss because I just don't think Kyle has it in him to beat Andy Reid and Mahomes. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Never does. No. Wait.
John LaJoy, what do you got, buddy?
This time?
I'm going to say a win because it's 2 days before my birthday. It is at home, Spongy. You know what happens when the Niners play at home? We win, and it gets loud.
Can I support that argument by saying that Brock Purdy, when he was put in after they dropped like a whole 40 on us, he moved the chains really efficiently when he was late in the game. Do you remember that? So Brock Purdy playing the Chiefs again at home, I think he's extra motivated. I think there's something in him that says, I'm gonna beat this Chiefs team. I have to. I have to beat this Chiefs team. I think that's how he's wired, to be honest.
Hey, we all know the story about him wanting to beat Nick Saban because Nick Saban told him he sucked, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But John LaJoy, what do you got here, buddy? Winner? Oh, you said win, right?
Yep.
Okay, Melissa?
Okay. This is me knowing that it's most likely not going to happen, but I'm calling a win simply because my baby went and got 2 touchdowns on this team in the Super Bowl, and I feel like this is going to be his game again. And I think Juwan Jennings is going to have a big game in this game, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are our new Seahawks and Philadelphia Eagles. You know, there's always that one team that embarrasses the Niners, that they all rally together. They all come in and dress in black, and they all take it like mega seriously. Nobody has them winning it. They think they're way too overlooked. They're angry. They're focused. They had them in overtime in the Super Bowl, and I think this is their way of like proving that it was Steve Wilkes and it wasn't them that screwed up the Super Bowl. And it's just, my heart says yes, but my head is like, it's never going to happen. But I'm going to go with the yes, simply because I need to see it, you know?
Will it to happen? Say it, and will it to happen?
I'm willing it to happen, and I'm willing it that Juwan Jennings throws a touchdown and catches a touchdown again, just like the Super Bowl.
Ooh. All right. Carcass, buddy.
And Jair Brown also gets another interception on Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
I got a loss.
Yep.
You got an L?
Loss.
All right. Same reasons as I said, probably.
Dude, Xavier Worthy and Marquise, bro. Oh my god.
So I got us at 5-2 so far. Okay, we got week 8, Dallas Cowboys at San Francisco, NBC. This is the night game, a primetime game.
Mhm.
And I don't think Dak has anything for us. I just don't.
Okay.
This is the
Oh, they're
W.
tanking
Now,
this year.
Spongy, if you don't say W right here, then you're liking you on your division rival.
I
But
was gonna say
what do you
this
got,
is a
Spongy?
W. I was gonna say
Okay,
this
there
is
you
a
go.
W.
No,
Everybody
you know
vote.
what?
Smart
You know
choice.
why? You know why he says this is a W? Because A, he knows 0-17 is never gonna happen, and he needs us to take care of Dallas because Eagles can't handle the Dallas Cowboys.
John Jay, what do you got here, buddy?
All right, so excuse my language. Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I was tormented by them since I was a kid. I lived in San Francisco. They can go to hell. I apologize, McNider. Come on, Niners. Let's kick some Cowboy butt. I do not like that team. Go Niners.
It's good. You should have said kick Cowboys' ass. I mean, it's all right. We're past the 10 seconds of the live with no swearing. That's when YouTube will shut you down. But Sentinel, what do you got, buddy?
Can I preamble this by saying how important a regular season win is to, getting unmind screwed? And if you look at the 1990s Cowboys, what happened when we beat them? We had a regular season in '94. What happened? It set off a chain we had the confidence to beat them in a playoff game because we had been head to head twice with them. Then plays back to the Chiefs. I forgot to mention that, but now that you bring up Dallas, we're running through them faster than me. We're running a train on them. Mika Parsons has to do his podcast like a half an hour before the game. He won't be ready, and they got Zeke back, so the Ewok won't be able to do much. And Dak is just basically just going to phone it in because he is just kind of collecting a 9-to-5 paycheck right now.
That's true. It's a pretty big 9-to-5 paycheck too. Mm-hmm. John LaJoy, what do you got here, buddy?
Ooh, I'm going to have to say the dub because I hate the Dallas Cowgirls, and it's the day right before my brother's birthday.
And you love the Seahawks.
Spongy, you're weird.
Dang,
that's why Korey is Scrappy Doo.
I know you.
Melissa, what do you got here?
Okay, I think this is going to be an annihilation game. I don't think that the Cowboys even show up for this game. I think the Niners always find like a new way to embarrass them, and it's a night game, and Dallas keeps talking about this. Jerry Jones keeps talking about this. They keep saying that they want this, and then they come out flat and uninspired, and they show up flatter than the Giants have ever shown up in the last couple of years, which is saying a lot. I just think that this could be like one of those weird games where Shanahan lets them go off. And you remember, like in 2019, they put up 50 on the Panthers. Like I can just see this be like a 40 burger or 50 burger. It's just like I really think last year would have been the same, but Shanahan had his little hissy fit with Jordan Mason having his touchdown at the end, and he didn't want him to score, and that kind of like started some friction. But we even put up 42 in that game, so it's just like I don't like to take teams lightly. Just it's the Cowboys versus the Niners in prime time. Like it's choke festity written all over it.
Yeah, so you guys choke all the time. Especially
plus it's a home game, Spongy. It's a home game.
And you forget that Fred Warner hates the Cowboys because he was a Cowboy fan who didn't get drafted by the Cowboys, and he always plays hard against the Cowboys. It's like the one team he doesn't get like really selfish and sloppy and leave his lanes and goes like pick happy and like tries to run into his own players. Like this is like the one game where you're getting focused, pissed off. I'm gonna annihilate you and ever make you wish that you ever didn't whatever. So I feel like this game is just going to be such a big blowout. Like, I'll be disappointed if it's not.
I hope so. Like 42-10 last year. That was awesome. All right, Carcass, what do you got here, buddy?
I got to win and Zeke. I hope your fat ass gets pancaked again.
Pancake.
Nice.
Also, I want to point out, Micah Parsons has something for George Kittle, so he better talk. You better walk the walk.
I don't even think Micah Parsons is going to get past Trent Williams or Brandon Ayuk or Jawan Jennings or Christian McCaffrey's doing stuff for him now. Like, Micah Parsons is like.
He's a disappointment.
Micah Parsons really doesn't show up in those games. Like, he feeds on the Eagles when they're bad. He feeds on the Giants when they're bad, but he doesn't really show up when the team needs him to step up.
Actually, you better say that.
He's all talk. Parsons is all talk. Okay.
Future Eagle. Yeah.
God.
That's true. That's true. And so week 9, we have a bye.
Oh yeah, we do.
It's our bye week. It's like, that's not a bad time for it. I'd rather it be like week 11 myself, just a little bit later. But it's not week 9's not a bad time to have a bye.
Could be worse. We could have week 4 or week 5 again, like the first bye.
So we really need to win that Cowboys game, or that's going to be 2 weeks of hearing about that. So next week 10, we go to Tampa Bay to play Baker Mayfield and the aging Bucks. And I say aging because, most of their talent is, in fact, aging.
Mm-hmm.
I got this as being a W. I don't think the Buccaneers have anything for us. I don't think they're even going to be competing for their division this year. I think the Falcons are just going to win that. But, all right, Spongy, what do you got?
Like always, Sponge.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Spongy, didn't you just lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield in the playoffs? Wouldn't you be rooting for the Niners?
No, because we got them this year. We'll cook them up.
Okay.
All right, John Jay, what do we got?
Last year the Buccaneers they played us pretty decent. I'm not saying that they did anything special, but at the end of the day, the Niners got the number because McNider, you said it. That team is old. They're an old team. They have a lot of good names, but they're old. So W.
That's true. It's the truth. They're at the point where it's like, do you keep going or do you blow it up and rebuild? Sentinel, what do you got?
Did they just pay Baker Mayfield?
Yep.
Sure, yes, sir.
Yes, I think they did.
W.
I don't know if we're going to see those commercials of him living at the stadium like we did in Cleveland. John LaJoy, what do you got?
Dub City.
Dub City.
Oh,
Melissa?
The coordinator's in Carolina now, right? He left Baker.
I believe so.
So that means it's Todd Bowles once again all by himself. I think this is an easy dub.
Sweet. Carcass, what do you got? Well, on top of that, this is the game after the bye week, and we're going to Florida again, which last time it was Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
So, Carcass, what do you got?
Win.
This is Tampa Bay. We're going at Tampa Bay, week 10.
Yeah, I got us winning.
Wait, before I forget, because it is in Florida, just like last year, do we think that we get a touchdown from all 3 Yak brothers again, like the last couple times we went to Jacksonville?
They suck. Sorry, what was that?
It could be a coming out party. We all rested up and we just destroy them. It really could happen. And Jacksonville wasn't the same. Like there's a lot of teams that weren't the same after they played us, and this is like 2 years in a row. I think this is going on.
Like the Eagles.
That's one of them. Yes, that's one of them. So
that Eagle
week
game
11,
was such a beautiful of a game, and that hit, that final hit was like an exclamation point. It was just perfect. Mwah.
I've lost track of how many times I've watched Lenore hit Swift. And the best part is he does like the four. He does like the 4 steps. He turns his head slowly to the right, looks at Swift, makes sure he's okay, and then he just keeps on walking and celebrating. It's like the coolest celebration ever. I love it.
I've used it as my thumbnail probably 3 times, I think. But one of them has Swift's legs up in the air and the ball, and Lenore just kind of leaning in. I mean, it is such a great shot. I had to take that picture. But week 11, we got Seattle coming to town, and I honestly still think we own Geno Smith. It says we're 12-13 at home against Seattle, and that is that Spongy? Is that Spongy getting lost?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah.
We demoralized him.
It's cool.
Yeah, he's a bit much.
No, it
So,
takes listen. It takes balls to come up onto a panel with 6 49er fans when you're
Facts.
the only Eagles fan,
Facts.
and you're that is intimidating. So
Yeah.
props to Spongy for hanging in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Props to Spongy.
Yeah.
We'll miss you. We'll miss you, guy. Hopefully you're listening. But so it says we're 12-13 at home against
It's
Seattle.
that Philadelphia Wi-Fi, man.
It could be. It could be. I'm waiting to see if he pops back in. But this happened on one of the other Wednesday streams. I actually thought it was his parents going, "Hey, what are you doing still up?" Not knocking him off the Wi-Fi. Well, I don't know. Right. So anyway, so it says we've won 6 of the last of the previous 10 matchups, which a lot of those are in a row. Yeah, the 5 games in a row. But we got Seattle coming to town, and I'm still thinking we own Geno Smith, so I'm putting a W down here. What do you got, John Jay?
Let's see.
It's that East Coast Wi-Fi. There goes CarCast.
So this is the game that they're in Levi Stadium. So I gave a victory when they were in Seattle. So I'm going to take the win at home against Seattle.
Ooh, I like it. Melissa, what do you got?
I got to win, and I don't think the quarterback really matters because unlike what Spongy was saying earlier, Sam Howell got benched several times for a desperate football team because I refuse to use their actual name. A desperate football team who could not hold on to a healthy or competent quarterback. So I don't really fear either quarterback. It's their head coach. It's just I think we can beat him. I think we can continue the sweep of the Seahawks. It's just I also saw what he did to my team when he was with the Ravens, and the only thing that gives me pause about the streak continuing. Plus, we saw how the streak worked with the Rams. We all thought that we could get them, and then we lost in the championship game. So, sometimes it's a little healthier if the streak ends during the regular season instead of the postseason.
I agree.
Okay. All right, Sentinel, what do you got here, buddy?
W.
I'm honestly thinking a lot of people are like, "Oh, they got better this off." That's what some folks said last offseason, and they didn't look better. They look the same, maybe a little worse. John LaJoy, what do you got here, buddy?
Dub City once again. I don't trust Seattle because they're basically one of the lower people in our division anyway right now.
Yep.
They're going back to where they belong, and that's at the bottom. fighting
They
for,
might end up in the
staying out
basement,
of the
though. They
basement.
really might
That's
end up
exactly
in the
where they
basement.
belong.
Oh, John Terry, he'll be so happy up in Washington. Making fun of all those
Yes, I will.
pesky
Both
Seahawks.
times. Now I just gotta
So-
get my flag for my Jeep.
Okay.
Plus, I just want like Jair Brown, like how it started and how it ended, kind of thing, or how it's going. And I want to put up like his pick of Drew Lock to compare to what happens this year. Like that would be fun.
Well, week 12, we're heading back east to the cold confines of Green Bay. We're going to the Packers.
Do you see what's up there?
I honestly, let's see. When did we play this Seattle game? Okay, Sunday in the afternoon. This is also Sunday in the afternoon. I actually have this as a loss at this point. And I mean, they played us hard. They did make some moves. I honestly believe their team got better. But, it's the regular season. It's not like this matters because it's not the playoffs. But it kind of does, seeding-wise. But I got this as a loss. John Jay, what do you got?
Yeah, so I gotta agree with you, McNiner. Like, I think this is the game that I think so many fans are gonna be like, we beat them in the playoffs. We did not look good against them, and so LaFleur is a good coach. Like he took Jordan Love, who I had no confidence in, and he made him a decent guy. Maybe as he continues to groom, the Packers are going to be even a better team. Years down the road. So I do agree with you. Like, I think this team did get better, and they fired their defensive coach because no one liked their defensive coach over there. And so this is a loss.
What's good, Damien? And we do need sideline to sideline speed. You're not lying. Kenny says that the Packers have Brett Favre 2.0. That's Jordan Love. And he's young. When he came out of college, I actually saw him at Utah State. He's local to me. I said he's raw. He's really raw. This guy's going to need some time on the bench. He's going to need to be coached up. And even when they started him in the regular season, I was like, wow, not only time on the bench, he needs time on the field. And then, the last half, and it seems like when Aaron Jones came back from his injury is when they picked up. But, I still have this as a loss, though. Sentinel, buddy, what do you got?
Hard fought game, but ultimately a loss. We're in their house. It's later in the season, so we can't anticipate who's going to be healthy, who's not. Neither can they. But at the end of the day, I do think it's one of the losses on our regular season.
Sweet. John LaJoy, what do you got here, buddy?
I would say a loss, but a very close loss. We both give each other a good headache during the playoffs, so that one will probably be a loss by my books.
I think we could have like potential rivalry brewing here, with Jordan Love being young and now getting his chance, and we'll see how it works out, though, right? So right now I have us at 3 losses. So
Is it my turn yet?
it's week 3. No, I didn't pick you.
No.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, Melissa. What do you got here?
Do you see the wall? It says "Do It for the Bay," which is a rally towel from the divisional game from Niners Packers game.
Ooh.
It is my ultimate rival because I hate my brother. I hate my brother.
Oh, your
So-
brother's a Packers fan, obviously.
No, I do not agree with any of you. This is not going to be close. This is not going to be a loss. This is going to be a win. And we go in there and we kill them. We take their hearts, we take their souls, and freaky stuff happens up there. You want to go back to 2013 with the opener? David Akers gets a 63-yard field goal that bounces across the crossbar, goes in, and becomes the longest field goal ever. You had I think it was the divisional game a couple years ago where we went to Green Bay in that frozen tundra game, and nobody had us winning there because it was Aaron Rodgers. It was destined, and then Trent Williams knocks over 3 defensive linemen and one of the Niner players and one big tackle. Like, freaky shit happens. Talanoa Hufanga gets the block punt and returns it for a touchdown, and we win on a Robbie Gould field goal. Like, weird stuff happens versus the Packers. And, by now, Hufanga should stay healthy and should be fully charged. And you remember, even in that preseason game, he had like that huge hit on that one Packer where he just like nailed him right across the field. And it's just like, I don't like. I know it sounds biased because I hate the Packers and I hate my brother, but like, there's just like no freaking way I can see this game being close or a loss. There's just I don't see it. Plus, you do realize that George Kittle also hates the Packers because most of his in-laws are also Packer fans.
Ooh, I think someone's back. Let's see who it is. Oh. It says under the helmet, and I see a finger.
I'm assuming this is Spongy.
Catch that.
Yes, it is Spongy.
Oh my gosh! Again.
Hand.
Yo, weirdo.
Catch that out.
So,
Catch
Spongy
that.
really loves to come back in and just like change his name.
Like Sentinel said, he's got nuts coming on here with a whole bunch of 49ers fans. He does.
Yeah.
He's a secret 49ers fan.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
That's what I said at first, remember? But so here we go. We're probably going to stay back east in our, Ohio facility, and we're going
in hot season.
Wait, don't they still go to West Virginia now? They go to that one hotel, the Greenbrier or something. Don't they usually stay at the Greenbrier now?
Either way, it's not worth coming back home. Stay back there, stay acclimated, because we're going to Buffalo to face Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. So, Josh Allen does not do good under pressure, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting him under pressure. I expect him to have 2 turnovers. I expect us to walk out of here with a W. John Jay, what do you got, buddy?
Oh man, this is difficult for me. So we're gonna be in Buffalo. It's technically gonna be an 8 Eastern time.
Snow game.
If it's gonna be around that time of the year, so it's probably gonna be cold. I don't know if it's gonna be snowing. Oh man. I don't believe in Josh Allen no more. I used to say he was a good quarterback, but for whatever the reason, he chokes in a lot of big moments. So maybe I'm gonna be a 49er homer.
You know who else chokes in big moments? Brock Purdy.
Jalen Hurts.
Also,
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, in NFL, players said your quarterback is ish. So
explain to me how Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy when Jalen Hurts had the number 1 ranked O-line and we had Trent Williams and duct tape last year.
Yep.
Wait, Trent Williams, the same guy that likes to slam people on the ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when it's
that is a beautiful. That is a gift too.
No. You have not a single leg to stand on. When you had Hassan Reddick saying that he was going to break Brock Purdy in half and every other quarterback, again, going into last year's game, and then when he and the rest of your team couldn't do anything, you had a sick big Dom on Dre Greenlaw because your entire team couldn't do anything until your security guard got involved.
Ooh, good one, Crazy Juice. I like that comment.
I thought he was there to deliver cheesesteaks.
At least my running back
Yeah.
didn't
And
fumble
by the way,
the football.
Trent Williams was a. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Trent Williams was on the Redskins, and he had to face the Eagles for years. So that came naturally to him. About as naturally as breathing is slamming an Eagle player down into the ground very hard.
A
So
smaller
there's
special
that.
teams cornerback? Oh,
Wouldn't matter, Spongy.
Oh my lord!
he always picks on the smaller people. Tell him
Whoever
pick on
wants to
somebody
start the
his own
fight,
size.
that's who the one that's going to get smashed.
He didn't start the
Especially
fight.
if you play football. Defensive guys will go after the running back, the smallest guy.
And Trent Williams gave him a love tap compared to what he actually could do to him. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that so personally.
How much
Anything
crap
was
did
a good-
Bradbury? How much crap did Bradbury and your corners talk before that game, and they no-showed during that whole run? Bradbury was calling out Deebo Samuel.
No, he didn't. Deebo was calling him out.
Oh, my Lord, help me.
He was. And Deebo Samuel
There is a reason
owned
the
that
Eagles
game
have.
like big time.
All right,
Man, oh man, these Niner fans.
can I give my take on the Bills game, please?
Please.
Okay, I think this is one of those games that can be an easy loss because they had their eyes on all the NFC opponents and they lose to the AFC opponent because they don't take them as seriously. But the only thing that really scares me right now about Buffalo is their tight ends. They don't really have a running back. They don't have established receivers. Josh Allen gets really sloppy towards the end of the year and desperate. I don't think McDermott's a really good coach, and there's always that weird one day, in New Jersey and New York where it's 70 degrees out of nowhere. So I don't even know if it's going to be a snow game. But I think it's going to be a win, but I can easily see this be a loss just because they're overlooking or that they're more concerned about the NFC standings than the AFC opponent. So I say win, but it could easily be either or.
Ooh.
Loss.
Your opinion don't
Spongy,
count,
we know how you
Spongy.
feel. Sentinel, what do you got here? Buffalo
I got to
Bills.
win. I'm going to explain why. Josh Allen, if we can contain, all right. Let me put it with a little asterisk. Win if we can contain Josh Allen in the pocket and force him to throw. Because Josh Allen can't throw for shoot when contained in the pocket. What? Wait. See, you talk really quickly, and I can't really hear the details of what you talk.
Brock can't do that either.
Okay, I'll get back to my point. So we beat the Buffalo Bills by making Josh Allen play quarterback, just like Jalen Hurts played quarterback in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. And we frustrate him to the point where he starts to just meltdown. That's my opinion. Also, because again, our DBs have gotten better. At this point, finally, thank God, we have a really good core of of secondary. And if Josh Allen can't, throw it, he runs, he takes off. So the key to that is containing. We do that, win.
Nice. I like it. John LaJoy, what do you got? Buffalo Bills, buddy.
Well, they don't have Stephon Diggs no more, Spongy. Josh Allen can choke as well as Justin, your quarterback. and Patrick Mahomes. He can choke too this year. But I will say it's going to be a win. Dub City, Spongy.
Mm-hmm.
I get used to hearing that more often.
8 wins for the Eagles.
Yes, your Eagles is soft, buddy, and I can hear you nice and clear because I got headphones.
He is not slick.
That's what I got going on right here. I can hear everything.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, oh boy,
we got the Pesky Bears.
Shout out to Chicago Sports Michael. We have the Chicago Bears week 14. Week 14 coming to San Francisco.
What was that, Smudgy?
I'll just get this out the way. Very simple. It's not bear down. It's bear are going to be knocked out. Go Niners.
Yes,
that's true. I got this as a W. I just don't.
In this case scenario, go Niners. In the other case scenario.
Okay, bandwagon jumper.
I thought you loved the Bears, man. You told me you have your Bears jersey, you have your Caleb jersey.
Don't forget the Seahawks jersey too.
Oh yeah, Smudgy has a Seahawks jersey, so I want to point that out because he wants to talk crap about
all the kids today are multi-gamers.
Yeah, he showed it on my show.
Yeah,
I got a pic of the Seahawks fan taking a selfie with Kirk Cousins.
Melissa, or John Jay. What do you think about this game here, buddy?
Yeah, W win.
Melissa, what do you think?
I want just a good Niners Bears game. Like I had my heart set on Fields versus Lance, and it never happened. It's like no actual good games. So I'm hoping Purdy versus Caleb Williams is going to be a good game. I don't think the Bears are as bad as everyone says. I think Montez Sweat really put them kind of together last year when he got traded there.
Yeah, Michael and their fan base.
But I thank you, Spongy, for once again interrupting me. But I do think they win this game.
Ooh, nice. And we are at Spongy. I know it. Spongy, what do you think? Win. Okay, I like it. Sentinel, what do you got, buddy?
The Michael, or the artist formerly known as Biological Butters, is going to be very disappointed that day because we are winning that game.
Yes, that's true. He is going to be disappointed.
He's always disappointed.
I wonder if we should make a bet on when's he going to start saying they're going to beat us. I mean, is that going to happen week 1? But anyway, you know, it's just one of those things. John LaJoy, what do you got here, buddy?
I definitely got a win, but Butters has, aka Michael, has mentioned on my station that he honestly thinks that the Niners are going to win that game too.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, week 15, we got the Rams. It's on Prime Video Thursday night, the second Thursday night game. And 9-3 in the previous 12 matchups. For the last 5, 2-1 all time when facing the Rams on Thursday Night Football. I got this as a W because, you know, I had the first one as an L, and I think we're splitting the series. John Jay, what do you got here, buddy?
Again, division matchups are always a toss-up. When we play the Rams, they do play tough on us, but they can never get the victory. I do think they're going to play tough in both games, but for whatever the reason, I still have this posted on my Instagram. McVay's only loss when he's up after halftime was 45-0. The Niners were the first team to come back, and we did it with Jimmy Garoppolo, which is kind of funny to say that.
Yeah, but that was in overtime, and that was only because Ambry Thomas picked off Beckham.
Yeah, but at the point is that for whatever the reason, we find a way to beat the Rams, and we're gonna beat the Rams both games. So I got the W.
Nice. So here we are. Wow.
I
the sun
by
has
the way,
gone
I
down
have.
where I live.
By the way, I had this as a loss.
You do?
I said they were going to split. We win there,
Oh
and we
yeah,
lose
you
at
had
home.
them win in the first game. That's right. That's right.
But I also I can
Broncos
handle the
country.
loss
That's right.
because it's a Thursday game. But what I can't handle is because my one thing is like, what happens if it really is Garoppolo playing in this game? Like, there's no way Matthew Stafford's going to stay healthy for 17 games this year. It's just physically he can never stay healthy, even as a Lion, and he's only added to his injuries with his herniated discs and everything. Like, I want to stay with my gut because I already said they're going to lose this game, but at the same time, it's like a Thursday game. Do you really see Stafford playing this one? Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm going to stay with what I said already.
I hope y'all lose to James Richard Garoppolo.
It's if we see him, Spongy.
Spongy, that's not going to happen. All right, buddy. What do you got here?
Funny.
Spongy? Oh, yep, of course. Sentinel, what do you got? Week 15 at San Francisco, Los Angeles Rams.
W. Win. I don't give a damn what they want intentionally. We threw that last game that season because of our starters, basically. We had already locked the first seed. Yeah, so I feel like just go in there, take care of business. And just
Sam Darnold is just hot trash.
He's going to be you guys week 1, though.
I think Jimmy will start that game. Prediction. I believe Jimmy will start that game.
Spongy, that's week 2. We play the Vikings.
Yeah, he's
Sponge.
gonna crush y'all week 2. My apologies.
Okay, Spongy.
He not know what he says. It's all right.
Oh man,
He lost brain cells earlier, so it's not his fault.
All right, John LaJoy,
Hey,
what do you got here, buddy?
Dub City.
And this is actually so true. If Dante Johnson's going to come back, it's got to be for a Rams game because he does. He kills it.
Hey, Johnson.
And this is always usually the one team that Debo takes seriously for some weird reason. Like Debo just loves picking on the Rams.
Spongy, your team is a joke.
Fine.
Your team was a joke last year.
So
not just last year, just in general.
God.
Well, you know, hey,
nobody outside of Philadelphia likes the Eagles
for the rest of the season, and you know they just couldn't come back from that.
Eagles.
But week 16, we got at the Miami Dolphins. You know, Mike McDaniels. You know, the guy that looks like J-Lo's husband.
Hilarious.
And they actually have a really fast team. You know, their defense
receivers.
I don't know if they can keep an edge healthy for a whole season. You know, that they went through. They were on off the couch guys by the time they hit the playoffs. But
what up, Beto?
I actually have this. I have this as a loss because it's that punch in the face game. You know, getting late in the season to wake us up and make us realize that we are human. You know, John Jay, what do you got?
So every year when the schedule comes out, I always look at the schedule, and there's always that team who, on paper, are a good team, and we're supposed to beat. Last year, I said the Browns somehow, because my gut was telling me there, and it happened. We lost. I think this is going to be that game that we have that momentum. we're entering this game. Kyle always owns his assistants, but I think McDaniels will get the last laugh. I have a loss for the Niners in this game.
Because you'll suck.
Sweet. What's good, Beto? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate you.
Beto.
Hola,
And Melissa, what do you think about this? Dolphins were going down to Miami.
I think this is going to be a close game, but I think the Niners win this one. I think that Kyle still takes it personal of all his assistants. They gave McDaniels the credit for the run game. And I think this is like one of the games where Shanahan's just going to open up the playbook and release all his hounds. Plus, he also took it really offensively that River Craycraft and Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. threw him under the bus before the last Miami game. And now you got Willie Snead and Ray Armstrong doing it this year. And it's just... I think this is the game where Shanahan's just going to let everyone just play free and nasty. The only trap I can see here is that the Lions are the next game. As the only way I can see them screwing this up is by overlooking the Dolphins by keeping their eye on the Lions. But otherwise, I think that this is the game that they're just going to have too much fun picking on the Dolphins. And the Dolphins have mega health issues. Like, they cannot stay healthy.
That's the truth. They really can't. Carcass, we already know you're saying L, buddy. Sentinel, what do you think about this? It's actually Monday night. It's No, this is what the heck? Oh, I'm reading the next week. It's Sunday. It's the Sunday afternoon at Miami.
Are we even sure Tua will be healthy by that game, or will we be playing a backup? Because
could be playing Joe Flacco by then.
Oh, Joe Flacco's their backup?
No, I'm just saying that's the guy they'll sign off the couch.
Oh,
he's on a team.
Well, if Tua, I'm sorry to be edgy, but if Tua ain't throwing up gang signs, like he did in that game last year, thankfully, I don't want to see anybody do that on the field ever again. But if we get to Tua early and just get him shaken, that's an easy dub. And make sure I want somebody to make sure that somebody gives a woo lick to Tyreek Hill, because that dude is just garbage. Garbage human being. Debo doesn't beat his pregnant wife.
And there's actually a lot going on in that guy's personal life. I think he has, and this is saying it right here, child support issues. Yeah, he's gonna have to play till he's 51.
Yeah.
But anyway, so John LaJoy, what do you got, buddy?
Well, I ain't too worried about Tyreek. I ain't too worried about Waddle. I ain't too worried about them having Odell Beckham, because Odell Beckham is broken half the time during the season.
So is Debo.
So I would say we will get the W even after Spongy says a loss.
I have y'all going 2-15.
Smudgy, I'm sorry, but you bring up Debo more than anybody on this panel, and I want to educate you. He owns your whole city. Anyway.
Well, Debo lives in a lot of people's heads rent free,
Mm-hmm.
James Bradbury.
So the next game, we got the Monday night, December 30th.
Ooh, against
Detroit Lions at San Francisco. Now, at this point, could we be, playing for the number 1 seed? Could we be playing for playoff seeding? I totally think so. I think they will be too. And, just because, we just got punched in the mouth by Miami and brought it back down to earth, it's time to get to work. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to win against the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, another QB that should have property of the 49ers tattooed on him somewhere.
It's pronounced
So
goof.
this is the W. Huh?
It's pronounced goof.
Oh,
It's-
sorry.
it's Goof.
You're totally right. You're totally right. It's Jared Goof.
Yeah.
John Jay, what do you got here?
Yeah, Jared Goofy. For whatever the reason, could not beat the 49ers. But anyway, I have this as a win because Jared Goofy, for whatever the reason, cannot beat us.
You know who else can't beat you?
Your team.
The Eagles.
We beat you last year. That was the year before.
Melissa, who do you got winning here?
Okay.
Anyway,
this might seem blasphemous because I really have rooted for this team for like the last couple of years, softcore. But I don't think the Niners lose to the Lions simply because goofs. It's just like a guaranteed fact. Like I watched this game, the championship game at a bar in Jersey here. It's like the first time I've ever done that around Niner fans. And everybody else was like freaking out, calling out everybody in their mama's names. And I was calm and collected because yes, Spudgy. Anyway, the thing is, if Goof doesn't goof, then Dan Campbell goofs because he gets cute with his little fourth and whatevers or these fake punts or these like random weird things that he decides. Like something always Lions when they need those big plays. It's kind of like the Cowboys. So even though I have mega respect for Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they just paid Jared Goff, which also doesn't really bode well for the Lions. And I also thought it was a little interesting that they had the AFC Championship game rematch to start the year on Thursday night when they put up the banner. But they put the Niners-Lions game in a position where they could maybe flex it if they wanted to yank it out of Sunday Night Football. But I don't see them losing this game.
I really don't see them flexing it. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna matter too much for them to do that. You know, it's gonna be a game America wants to see.
I'm not saying that people don't want to see this game, and I don't think that either team's going to be irrelevant or bad or have a lost quarterback. I just every year we think that the NFC games are going to be left alone, and then every year they get yanked for the AFC games. And every year we see the bad AFC games at the end of the year, and we think they're going to get pulled, and then they don't get pulled. So it's one of those weird things. And now if Joe Burrow can stay healthy this year, and Lamar Jackson and CJ Stroud and Patrick Mahomes, it's just like I could kind of see it happening.
I gotcha. And honestly, when it comes to the AFC, let them tear themselves up. You know, hopefully by the time they hit us, they're all used up. You know, it's just one of those things. But we'll got to make it back to the Super Bowl, which is a hard thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenny,
I really want to see this game.
I truly hope this is the case, buddy. I hope we will be have everything locked up and just be using third and fourth string players. Melissa, what were you saying?
I really want to see this game. Like this is like the one like. Because it was just like so nice to see a competitive game, you know? Like it was so Shanahan like a couple years ago. You remember how when Trey Lance was first starting to get sprinkled in, it would be like a half game where it was either like you were blowing them out in the first half and then you had to hold on for dear life in the second half to win the game, or you would start off so slow and then they would come out like hot as anything out of halftime. I feel like that's just kind of like how the Niners are against certain teams, and I think that's what they are against the Lions. Because remember, what was it, 2021 when we went up to Detroit and we were like beating them by like 15 points or something crazy, and then in 2 minutes they almost blow out their lead, so they started pulling their starters.
Hey, you know, at this point, we don't know what's going to happen, you know, so late in the season. And last year we didn't need the last game, so we were playing third and fourth stringers, right?
Yep.
Spongy, who do you got winning this game, buddy? Detroit Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Detroit. That's good. You never know. They could be fighting for the number 2 seed, pushing the Philadelphia Eagles to number 3, or maybe even a wild card game. You never know, right? Sentinel, buddy, what do you got here? Detroit.
Detroit.
This was a
At
hard
San
one.
Francisco.
Detroit.
This was a hard one,
Detroit.
but yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with the kid. Detroit wins, and my reasoning is they want their get back too. And Goof, as much as I had to root for him at Cal, is still proficient enough to execute an offense to be in an NFC championship game. So he can do it, but if we're going to win that game, we have to play smart football. Just straight up smart football, contain the run. That's where Goof is
Not the Super Bowl.
does well. He
during
does the short,
overtime. Not overtime.
short
Super Bowl.
slants.
Okay.
What?
Spongy,
See,
you didn't
you're trying
realize
to
that
insult,
you
but
lost.
you're so low. Spongy, I can't hear your insults, so it's not like I can't properly.
He was saying not in the
rebuttal.
Super Bowl in overtime, but you realize that you lost also in the Super Bowl, Spongy? And Jalen Hurts completely shut the bed when it came to win time?
At least my coach knew the rules.
Your coach needed a fat freaking Philadelphia fan to protect his ass from other fan bases across the nation because he's that much of a freaking fan of the Eagles. You have a fan of the Eagles running your team. Let me see how that works out in 3 years.
It's going to work out very well.
So, last game we got the Arizona Cardinals
I lost.
at San Francisco. I'm honestly putting this as a W because they're in like rebuild mode right now. And you never know what all those rookies are going to amount to until they hit the field. And, you know, at this point, you're going to have an idea on if they're going to be good or not. But, you know, I still don't see them being a problem until next year. John Jay, what do you got, buddy?
I think, and this is the hot take of my night, is that, as I said earlier, the Cardinals always find ways to play us really well. And, you know, just like any fan, you know, they want their team to go perfect, which is impossible. And it's always that team that you don't see from far away that always finds a way to beat us. But even though I said all of that, I hope I am right with the Cardinals that we beat them twice this season. So I got the W over the Cardinals, sweeping them.
Sweet. Melissa, what do you got?
I got the Niners winning with their backups.
Dang. Honestly, at this point, I think the Cardinals will be playing all their rookies because it's a get ready for next season type of thing.
They might be in
Sentinel,
the playoff.
Sentinel, buddy, what do you got?
I got a win, another win. Speedy Gonzalez takes another L from us.
All right. So, Spongy, you said the Cardinals might be in the playoffs?
Might.
The playoffs?
Might.
Fucking playoff?
You know, the season hasn't started. We don't know how everything's going to transpire yet. But
Can I give Spongy my special prediction just for him?
sure.
So you know how they have this weird 29-year curse right now with the NFC East never repeating champions? Like nobody's ever won it back-to-back years?
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to win your division this year. I think it's going to be the Washington football team. I think Jalen Daniels and Dan Quinn are just going to come out of nowhere, like when they had Robert Griffin III, and they're going to win your division.
I think-
Dang, that's a good hot take. I like it. John LaJoy, buddy, what do you got here? Arizona Cardinals at San Francisco.
Well, technically, we got to go back one because I got skipped with the Lion one.
My bad.
It's okay. We can blame honestly Spongy for that one. I'm gonna say it could be a loss against the Lions because the way that they played during the playoffs sort of said something. I think they could beat us, but with the Arizona Cardinals, I would say Dub City, and Spongy will take the L again. You gotta take the L.
Nope.
Damien, say that again, Melissa. Cowboys fans can hear you.
Okay. Nobody wins the NFC East 2 years in a row. It just does not happen, okay? There's 2 huge running streaks in this area. Oh, shoot. My Kindle's dying. Let me switch over devices real quick.
Okay.
Ugh.
So that means I got us going 13-4. You know. And will that be good enough to get the number 1 seed? I hope so.
Absolutely not.
I think so.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
All right, okay.
For your Spongy, tomorrow we will take care of your schedule tomorrow.
I've been saying this
on
for
my show.
I've been saying this for about a month now. The Eagles are going 8 or 9 wins because they lost their center. They lost some players, and Sirianni inherited a team, which is true. Can he be a talent developer? I don't think so. So there you go. There we go.
Oh, you guys got the Packers week 1? Ooh, that's an L.
That's an L.
Falcons?
And Spongy, don't get what we've been saying on my show is the loser has to stay in Brazil.
Dang. Spongy, you have a brutal. I thought our schedule was brutal, buddy. Holy moly. Dang. I could see the Eagles being a 10-win team at the most next year. Packers, Saints, Buccaneers, Browns, Giants, and they'll split with the Giants. Bengals. Then they got the Jaguars. Of course, split with the Cowboys. Probably split with the Commanders. They're going to LA to play the Rams. And the Rams are improved. Ravens at Baltimore. You'll beat the Panthers.
That will be an L.
And the Steelers coming to town. That would be a good game.
Maybe check the chat. Maybe check the chat.
I think, seriously.
Oh!
This is a tough. You have a tough schedule, Spongy.
Spongy, you say we're going to go 9-15 this year?
2-15.
2-15.
That doesn't make no sense, homie. That will be you.
Honestly, I mean, if things go well, I see him winning 10 games.
Quit.
That's being generous.
That's a brutal schedule, Spongy. You have a brutal schedule.
We have someone backstage.
Yes, it's Melissa. I see her. She back.
All right, so I forgot to plug in my Kindle. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I was asked, I think, by Damien, to repeat myself.
Yeah.
So the NFC, especially this New York area, has 2 curses. Jets do not make the playoffs. Just hasn't happened since Sexy Rexy. And the other one is nobody repeats in the East. And Dallas Cowboys barely snuck in and won the division last year just because the Eagles had the most epic fall since the fall of the Roman Empire. So push comes to shove, it's definitely not going to be the Giants. So by default, I think it's going to be the Commanders.
Wow, I thought when the push comes to shove, that was all about the Philly offensive line.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that stupid shove.
Brotherly shove.
Push comes to shove. You
Tush
talking
push.
about?
Yeah, but can we really call it like the tush push anymore now that Jason Kelsey is no longer going to be doing it? Like they wrote Jason Kelsey's ass the entire year last year, and now he's going to be doing Monday Night Football. Like, can we really call the brotherly stuff like a weapon in their arsenal anymore?
Well, that's yet to be seen. You know, with the new center and everything, it really might not be as effective.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to screw up.
Did you see that though?
And
Did you see that Jason Kelsey fired Robert Griffin III? They like replaced RTJ3 with Jason Kelsey for their Monday night
I did not see that
countdown and to call the game.
Well, when it comes down to it, I don't have ESPN. I do not watch ESPN. I do not follow. This is far from sponsored. YouTube. Yeah, that's right. I actually haven't. It's probably been 16 plus years since I've paid attention to them. And Brett Favre's, coming out of retirement has everything to do with it. And I think I've told the story before. A lot of folks may have heard it. But I was watching MLB, the Major League Baseball show on ESPN, and they interrupted their conversation to say, Brett Favre's coming out of retirement. I was like, are you serious? Like, I can't even turn you guys on for an hour that's not about football, and you're still talking about it? I'm done. I'm done hearing about him. I'm done. So that was the second I called them up and said, all right, I do not want this channel ever again. And it's just been like that since, I do, again, not sponsored YouTube. I have NFL Plus, and that's how I watch it. What's up, Melissa?
I don't really watch ESPN. I mean, I used to like a few things about it. Last year, I mostly watched it for the Cowboy meltdowns because those are just epic. And I love Greeny being like the most obnoxious Jet fan who's like beyond like delusional. But when they had Ryan Clark come on national television, I think it was right after the Ravens game, and him saying that the hardest thing he's ever had to do in his entire life was pretend that Brock Purdy deserved to be in MVP consideration, and he went off on that weird ass tangent that went viral. I lost all respect for ESPN. Like, I get that they push these narratives. I get that they have these like 3 hours ahead of the actual like shows, programming meetings and stuff. But for someone who's played in the league, for someone who's had multiple organ damage because of the league, to come out and say shit like that, like, I lost all respect for that network. And they probably Dan Orlovsky is like a brilliant mind. Like, if that's not like telling you how much they don't give a crap about what they're doing, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's sad.
I think it's hot take time because of some things I'm seeing in the chat here. It's like,
oh yeah.
I actually don't have one, so we'll start with John Jay.
Ooh, hot takes.
Yes.
Yeah, Jay.
I want to quote Eli Harrell. Jalen Hurts is a it quarterback. He's a it. He does bad things and he does good things. And he said Brock Purdy's better. There you go. That's my hot take.
Jalen Hurts will start for the New York Football Giants in the year 2027.
Ooh. That is possible. That is possible. Sentinel, do you got a hot take, buddy?
No, not really. I mean, I could come
It
up
could
with
be
one.
anything, you know. It could be like the Patriots win the AFC East. Yeah, that's not.
Brock Purdy wins MVP
Oh, I
dominantly
like it.
in
I like
dominant
it.
fashion. He wins MVP.
I'd rather him win
Versus-
Super Bowl MVP, but that's just me.
He'll
All
win
right,
both next
Spongy,
season.
Spongy, your turn. What
That's
do you
my
got for
take.
hot take?
Both.
Niners going 2-15 this year.
That's not
What?
gonna happen.
Did he say 1-15? That's not possible.
No, he said 2 and 15.
Okay.
Spongy, I've said to you I could donate a microphone for you because we can barely hear you sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, or if you get just a set of earbuds, that the mics on those will actually work a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
But we're
I
gonna
got
get
'em.
on out of here, folks. Melissa, you got something?
No, I said I got earphones.
Yep.
And they're wired.
So yeah, we're gonna get on out of here. I'm not gonna play my outro because I have an experiment going on. So everybody have a fantastic night. And
Wait, can I ask?
Corey Davis to say, huh?
Can I ask? Can I ask Spongy something real quick? Do you really think that you're gonna go to Brazil and win there for the very first time? Honestly.
No. 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 No.
All right.
No.
So as Corey Davis would say, go Niners and F